Hi, Sharks. My name's Kimmy, and I'm from Oceanside, California. I'm the intuitive baker extraordinaire behind Doatnut. I'm seeking $100,000 for 10% equity in my company. Sharks, we all know Americans struggle with salt, fat, and sugar addiction. But eating a sugar-free, gluten-free, and/or dairy-free diet can often feel like you're eating dry cardboard with high calories and an unappealing aftertaste. That's why I took on the challenge to create a healthy version from a guilty pleasure. Say hello to Doatnut. This might look like it's full of sugar or ingredients that we can't pronounce, but what if I told you that this contains no dairy, no gluten, less than 1 gram of sugar found naturally in sweet potatoes, and you can count the ingredients with one hand? Let me sweeten the deal for you. It's only 90 calories. The magic behind Doatnut is in organic groats, which are oats in its original purest form. Once the farmers harvest the oats, they're tested for gluten, packed and shipped to my little pink store where I mill it into fresh oat flour. It's a farm to finger experience. Sharks, who's ready to partner with me and bite into the best decision of your life?
Me.
We are back with another Shark Tank reaction video. I am Dave, 10-year intellectual property attorney, dealing with everything from patents, trademarks, copyrights, trade secrets, so much more. Now, this is interesting. And I actually just had last night, I had a Rice Krispie treat. And that joint, it was pretty good. But I think the calories was like 220. So, like, this probably is not the best thing. But again, you try to kind of balance the calories for, you love the sweets and things like that. So, but I think these type of treats, as we have saw on Shark Tank and I've seen out just kind of in public going to different stores, have become a very popular thing where you're trying to get the satisfaction of eating a donut or a cookie or whatever the case may be without all the negative, the cons with it, the high calories, the gluten, things of that sort, the dairy. So again, I think these type products are going to be more and more popular, and to the extent that they taste good. That's the big thing. A lot of times you're like, okay, if I don't have the dairy in it or the gluten or all these things that are typical in donuts or Rice Krispie treats or cookies or whatever sweet that I'm eating, am I sacrificing the taste for it? And to the extent that I'm pretty sure they'll give the Sharks some here and they'll let us know how good they taste. To the extent that you're not sacrificing a taste for the health part of it, and I think that particular company stands to make a pretty big dent in the marketplace. The 3 things that I look for when I'm looking at these things is how simple is it? Obviously, it's a donut, pretty straightforward, pretty simple. How effective is it? And then the last thing, what's the market looking like? Now, as far as the effectiveness, that's going to come down to, okay, does it taste good? I know she said 90 calories. I was hoping it was going to be like 40 or 50 calories. That's even better. But again, 90 calories, that's actually pretty good, especially when we're talking about a donut. So to the extent that it tastes good, then at 90 calories, I think is a pretty effective thing. Then the market, obviously, we know sweets is a big thing. So to the extent that, again, this thing tastes good, I think it is a market for it. I'm not sure if it's any. I know these type companies are popping up as far as kind of food companies or dessert companies that are kind of giving a twist to the dessert, a little healthier dessert, less calories. And to the extent that they're not compromising the taste, I think these companies stand to have a big payday. So let's get back to it. To the extent that all 3 of these are the simplicity, the effectiveness in the marketplace, to the extent that all 3 of these are checked, then I think the company stands to have a big payday. But even if only 1 or 2 of them are in place, you can still have a company that makes a lot of money. And I'm talking about hundreds of thousands of dollars, if not millions of dollars. So just because this is not or one of the simplicity, effectiveness in the market, maybe it's not in order, kind of what you want it to be, you can still make a lot of money. But to the extent that you have all 3, then kind of watch out because it may be a rocket. So she seems, these are some of my initial thoughts. She seems to be pretty pleasant. So I'm looking forward to kind of hearing more what she has to say as well as the Sharks. Please hit the like button as well as hit the subscribe button if you haven't already subscribed as I pull back up the video. And let's get back to it. Let's go.
Little pink store. Is it really pink?
It is. Yeah. So each of you has a sample of my Doatnuts in front of you, representing my most popular flavors. churro, which is
That's what I
cinnamon
just
sugar.
ate. I think
Mhm.
very
and it
good.
is sugar-free, by the way.
It's
The
very
frosting
good.
is all sugar-free,
It
dairy-free.
smells so good. It
And
can't
what
be.
do you use? Do you use any sugar
It's very
alcohols? Are
moist.
you using allulose or
I
stevia?
only use monk fruit as the
Monk
sweetener.
fruit.
This is great.
Mm.
That churro one.
Very
Thank you.
good.
This is just 90.
That's right. And it has 2 grams of fiber
2
in
grams of fiber.
Mhm.
So ingredient-wise, it's your oats, your special
Mhm.
groats,
it. Oats, sweet potatoes,
Potatoes.
egg whites.
egg whites, monk fruit.
Mhm.
What's number 5?
Baking powder.
Baking powder.
I've never heard
Right.
of the term groats.
Mark, you like it,
So,
don't
like,
you?
did you come up with that term,
No.
or is that a term that's used in?
Yeah, that's a
okay.
term. So when the farmers harvest the oats, when they pull it off the husk,
Mhm.
that's a groat. So it has
Okay.
not been touched at all.
So you're
And
grinding
that's
the
how you get your
whole
fiber?
seed.
I am. The benefit of milling it yourself is one, you're retaining the natural oils that are found in whole grains versus it's sitting on a shelf. And then it also has almost like a brown butter almost taste to it.
Mhm.
And I mill it fresh every morning.
Well, Kimmy, I will say something. We get a lot of products like this here in Shark Tank because people are concerned about sugar, salt, all of that. These actually don't taste like I'm amazed.
No, they taste really good.
How are you distributing them?
Yeah, so I have a little pink store. I actually,
Of course you have a pink store.
Look at how cute that is.
Super cute.
That's
So
a little pink store?
cute.
It's
That's
really
a little pink store.
yes. So I sell at my little pink store and I actually just turned 2 years old.
So how much does it cost you to make these donuts, and what do you sell them
Yeah.
for?
It cost me between 70 cents and 80 cents to make it.
Okay.
And we retail it at the store for $3.50.
Too cheap. You know, for a
Question?
solution like this, I think $4.99 works. I could eat half one of these for dessert. That's 45 calories.
Right.
Without any spiking. That's fantastic. The question is how to scale this business. How many can you make if this thing blows up online?
So right now I do all the baking, I do all the
You do?
marketing, I do all the selling, I do everything
How are
as
you
a
going to
one-man
scale?
band.
How are you going to scale it?
But that's why I'm here, Mr. Wonderful, so that I can scale it, hopefully.
Do you ship them frozen?
So I don't, I ship them fresh, and then I put a little note card to refrigerator freeze right away.
And are you shipping to other bakeries or other
No.
businesses?
So when I first started, I went from gym to gym, selling my Doatnuts. And as a matter of fact, this is a full circle moment for me because my very first pop-up event, I set up my table next to this most beautiful table that had some gorgeous jewelry on it. And I walked over to introduce myself to the gal. And she said, "This is Kendra Scott jewelry." I love it. And she went on to tell the story about how you started in your spare bedroom with $500
Yep.
and that you went from boutique to boutique. And at that moment, I dared to dream.
Oh.
I dared
wow.
to dream that it was possible to have big dreams. Now here I am. And I just feel like things happen for a reason.
They
Yeah.
absolutely do. I mean, what an amazing story. And you should dream big. You were destined to be next to our little table that day. I love that. Oh,
But
well,
you're a
amazing
single
story.
operator, Kimmy.
I
and
am.
You're coming in here for 100 grand, and investors want to see returns.
Yes.
You're not worth $1 million yet. Listen, the product, you know,
We don't even know our numbers
Well,
yet.
Well, we
yeah.
don't know what
Well,
she's
Mr.
sold at all.
Wonderful, let me tell you, my total sales have been $350,000
since the beginning of
okay.
time.
from 2021
What
to
about this
now.
year?
Oh,
What are
it's
you going to sell this
300,000.
year?
Lifetime.
Yeah, for sales this year are $50,000.
Okay, that's not a lot of sales, Kimmy.
Look, and before we do a little TiVo action, I did want to bring it back up on me. So it seems like that the product is actually good. So it's simple. It seems like it's very effective. It's a pretty good product according to the Sharks, which again, as Kevin so bluntly put it out, a lot of those products, it seems like or donuts or sweets or whatever the case may be, don't taste too hot. But it seems like she has actually a pretty good product, which is a good thing. Now it'd be interesting to see how they kind of reconcile the sales of it, because she's talking about lifetime 350,000 just this year, only 50,000, yet she's valuing the company at $1 million. And I love the fact that you can be a one-man band and kind of do all this stuff and get to the point where you've had 350,000 in sales and kind of killing the game. Seems like her margins are pretty good. And I agree with Mark. You should be able to sell this thing for $5 and to go from 80 cents to around 80 cents to make to $5 and selling it. I think people will buy it. Again, heck, man, I go to this bakery pretty much around the corner from my house, and I'm buying blueberry muffins and all this stuff for $4 or $5. And it's definitely not giving me the health benefits. So I can see 100% her being able to charge $5, especially if it's giving you the health benefits and not compromising on the taste. So I do agree with Mark on that one. Another thing that I was going to say, we'll check out the website at the end like we typically do, just to make sure she has all the IP kind of put on there. It was a term that they said that she had put on there. What was the term? Healthy, never tasted so guilty. I actually like that term as a trademark term, and that's something that you can get a trademark on it. Now, it seems like she doesn't have a trademark on it or even a trademark application filed based on, as she was talking to me, doing a quick trademark search, and I didn't see a term that phrase trademarked or trademark application being filed, at least with the United States Patent and Trademark Office. However, you can get a trademark on those short phrases, healthy, such as healthy, never tasted so guilty. And I actually like that particular phrase. So again, Kimberly, please, I'll definitely kind of consider strongly getting a trademark on that phrase. You guys have to let me know in the audience. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Do you like the phrase healthy, never tasted so guilty? I actually like that phrase. And I definitely think that that's something that she should get trademarked, or at least consider getting trademarked, because you can get a trademark on such phrases. Again, going back, one last thing before we kind of go back to the video here. Again, that's the next thing, right? One-man band. She's doing pretty good. She has her pink store. She's seems like she's kind of picking up steam. Now it's like, okay, how can we cross over? And a lot of times when you're coming to Shark Tanks, you're trying to just get investors to kind of buy into your business. They want to know, how are you going to be able to cross over? Can we scale this business so that we're be able to get multiples on our investment and kind of ride off into the sunset? And it seems like they're trying to kind of grapple with that right now. So it'll be interesting to see what the final conclusion is. Sales maybe weren't the hottest, but it seems like the product is good. And anytime you got a good product, man, you have a chance. So let's go.
Taste of Kimmy's healthier donuts, Doatnuts, but they're not impressed with her low sales.
Okay, that's not a lot of sales, Kimmy, to be honest with you. From my point of view, the product's spectacular. I will become a customer, but you're not worth $1 million right now. I don't see doing this deal because there's no plan for me to get a return. But I'll be a customer.
Oh, Mr. Wonderful, but we could do wonderful things together.
I know, but I don't need a job as a chef. I'm already a chef.
I'm the chef, Mr. Wonderful. I just need your money.
No, listen, it's a great product without a business plan. That's what it is. You just have a great product. That's a great place to start, because this is actually a good product. And I never say that unless it's true. It's a very good product. I'm sorry, but I'm out.
Kimmy, I like it, but this is not my type of business. I think there's some more qualified sharks up here with better experience in that area. So I wish you luck. I'm out.
Thank you, Dina.
Do you see, like, part of your plan is to open more little pink stores?
Yeah, so
like, is that part of the dream?
Oh, absolutely.
Well, listen, Kimmy, I had one store in Austin, Texas, and I could have never dreamt that today I would have 138. So I love your dare to dream, because it is possible. It is possible. With a great product and dedication to it, you're doing all those things. I'm sitting here and I'm struggling. One, I love you. And I look at you and I see so much similarity going into a market that is, a very big market. You have that tenacity. You have that passion. I can see it. I can feel it from sitting here with you. And the product is really, really good. This is not something that I'm as familiar with. I don't sell into grocery stores, right? I don't think that I'm the right investor to help you expand the way you need to expand. And for that reason, I'm out.
Kimmy, do you have any debt or any other crazy stuff we should know about?
I have $70,000 in debt.
Okay, 70K. Anything else?
No. I actually have invested every last penny. I mortgaged my house, and the rest I just.
So you're still living in the same house?
Before Mark says more to you, I just want to say something, okay? This is completely my cup of tea. Like, I am your customer. I haven't eaten a donut from a normal store in 20 years. Like, I don't eat donuts. No offense, donut community, but I just don't eat.
Right.
I don't eat donuts.
This is not a donut.
And this is not a donut. This is delicious. I love that it's all healthy ingredients. Like, you check to the moon all the boxes that I love. And Mark loves those boxes too. So we are both your perfect customer.
Oh, I'll blow these up.
Partner.
Blow these up for sure.
Yes, we would love to make you an offer and to blow this up
Two
in
sharks.
a variety of ways.
The offer is?
So the offer is, boom,
150,000 for 30%. So we each get 15. We give you a little bit more cash, and we'll be your biggest advocates and your biggest salespeople, and we will make this big.
Like, this needs to be everywhere.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Would you be willing to do it for 20%?
I mean, it's going to take a lot of work.
Right.
I'd be willing to go to $200,000 to help you pay off your debt, so we get the 30%. $200,000 for 30%.
Yes, yes,
Let's go.
yes! I'm so happy for you.
Let's go, Kimmy.
Hey, man, congratulations to Kimmy. Definitely getting a shark. Well, not only one shark, but she got 2 sharks with Mark and Lori. I definitely think that, and I don't know, it's something about Lori, especially with these type of products, that I think she is like a game changer and somebody that you want to have. It seems like with Mark getting in there, and again, they didn't value the company at $1 million, but it seems like she was around that 500,000 mark, which is good for her. I think she's going to get a lot of benefit in the fact that she actually got a deal with not one, just 2 sharks. That is that's amazing. So before we get up out of here, let's take a look at the website here. And I definitely want you guys to hit the like button as well as the subscribe button if you haven't already. I actually like the website, man. The website is pretty cool. Seems like her favorite color is pink. See, this healthy never tasted so guilty. I would trademark that term. I would that's definitely something that you can get a trademark. You see, I would even trademark Kimmy Get Skinny to the extent that that's a big brand and a big branding thing that she uses. Now you see Doatnut. She actually has this registered. I looked at the term Doatnut on the trademark database, and it's no longer just a trademark application. It is a registered mark. So I would like to see the actual R in a circle at the end as opposed to the TM. This TM signifies, here, hopefully you guys can see my cursor with Doatnut. This TM signifies that it's you're using it as a brand name or as a trademark, but it's not yet registered. Maybe you have an application file, maybe you don't have an application file. But when it's registered, I would recommend all my clients to put an R in the circle to put people on notice that it is a registered trademark. And the fact that this is a registered trademark, I would love to see the R in the circle. Like I said, this healthy never tasted so guilty. This isn't, from what I've seen, a trademark application hasn't been filed, but I would definitely file it on that. The donuts actually look pretty good. Seems like, I think that's that churro is what they were talking about, was really good. Seems like Lori, to not having eaten donuts in 20 years, but to love this one, that means a lot. Seems like that's the signage out front of her store. Again, Kimmy Get Skinny. I'll trademark that as well. Seems like you're using it as a brand identifier. Just talking a little bit about the process of kind of making things in Oceanside, California. I'll try to get her on the podcast, man. I love the energy, and it seems like she's doing some big things. The fact that she's been a one-man band up until this point, kind of doing things. Again, we're talking about the American dream, man. The American dream is alive and well. Whether it's you, whether you have a business partner, but again, to get to a point with just in 2 years to $350,000 in total sales and good product, it seems like that's the big thing, is just having a good product. Again, I think you can go a long way with having starting out with a good product. And going back to my 3 points, at first, simple, seems like it's effective because the sharks loved it, and then the market. Now that'd be the interesting thing. I think, as Kevin talked about it, you do have these kind of healthier option, dessert option companies that are starting to pop up. But I don't think it's so saturated to the point where she can't break through. And the fact that she has some great partners in Mark and Lori, I think that's going to really help her out. Another thing that I was interested in, the fact that they gave her a lot of money. They took 30% of the company, but man, I think that was worth it in her from her standpoint. I do think I can see these things when you're talking about going to I'm not sure so much airports, but airports as well. Especially, you see a lot of business people, health conscious people traveling. So airports, whether you're going to different sporting events, obviously, Mark Cuban with not the Cavs, but the Mavericks. And then just a lot of different kind of venues in the malls, these different pop-up shops. I do think that she can get to the point where you look up and she like Aunt Annie's, and she has hundreds of locations nationwide, maybe even worldwide. And the fact that, now she's kind of killing the game. So yeah, kudos to her for such an amazing product. Definitely going to, I may try to order some for Christmas or something. I know we have the holiday season coming up, and kind of taste them, see how they are. And then if I like them, I'll probably kind of get them for, just clients and things like that to kind of try out as far as a Christmas present. But let me know what you guys think about Kimmy. Let me know what you guys, to the extent that you guys tried the actual donut or Doatnut, let me know in the comment section. I've been loving you guys' feedback, the comments on you guys letting me know whether or not you tried the product and kind of give me your take on it, your feedback on it. A lot of people have been loving a lot of these products or these pictures that been up here. They tried the products for themselves and they've been loving it. So kudos to you guys. Keep commenting. Let me know if you tried this donut and what do you think about it. Like I said, it seems like the Sharks loved it. So I had to try it. And please hit a like button for this video if you enjoyed the content. I'm not only trying to provide you guys not only with this entertainment, but also some value. Again, this healthy never tasted so guilty. I think that's a gold mine for her to kind of get protected and whatnot. I would say this before I forget. She has these trademarked, or at least a trademark Doatnut, which is a registered trademark. And you can tell that this is a one-man band because she has it in her personal name. And not legal advice, but I would definitely reconsider or put it into the business name, number one, because from an asset protection standpoint, if somebody comes to try to sue you personally, they can't get a hold to the IP, which is extremely valuable. Then number two, going to the point where the IP is extremely valuable, you can kind of build the value of the IP by having the operating company or the company that's operating the donut shop pay the licensing company or the IP company that's own all the IP some type of a licensing fee. That kind of builds the credibility of the actual IP. I know Big Coffee, which is they have hundreds of stores nationwide, most in the Midwest, but they have some out in Delaware and down south in Florida, but most of them is like Michigan, Ohio, Indiana, those areas in the Midwest. And I had the co-founder, one of the co-founders on, and he talked about how he actually has two companies. So I'm just telling her, hey, at least get the IP out your personal name and get into an LLC or some type of company for asset protection. But he's like, hey, we have a company that operates and again, this Baby Coffee, they're doing hundreds of millions of dollars a year in annual revenue. So this is not like a kind of startup or a small company by any means, but he has a company that owns the operations or operates the coffee company. And then he has another company that owns the IP, and the company that owns or operates or sells coffee, they pay the company that owns IP a royalty based on them being able to use or licensing the IP from them. And that kind of builds the credibility of the IP. So definitely, Kimmy, at least get the IP out your personal name and get it into a business name for asset protection standpoint. But if you kind of really get sophisticated with it and obviously talk to your attorney and based on your strategy or whatnot, you may want to at least consider having two different companies, one that operates the donut, a portion of it, and the other company that owns the IP, whether it's Healthy Never Tasted So Guilty, whether it's Doatnut, whether it's Kimmy Gets Skinny, if you do decide to kind of get that trademark at some point. And now the donut shop company that's operating a donut shop, they're paying a licensing fee for licensing the actual trademark or the IP. And that, again, that kind of builds the value of the IP. So now if you're talking about trying to get loans against the IP for whatever reason or whatnot, you have that kind of value based on this kind of royalty payment that your IP company has been getting all this time. So just kind of give you my take on that. Hopefully, do with it whatever you may. But again, please hit a like button, audience, as well as hit the subscribe button if you haven't. I would love to have you part of the IP community. Until next week, you guys take care. Peace.